Sorry.
Hello, Ollie.
Hello, Eddie.
It feels very strange to interview you because I know you quite well.
I know, but at least I'm in a familiar spot.
yeah, cool. But I mean, I don't know, actually, I realised, like, how long you've lived in Berlin or why you came here.
I guess I've been here getting on 11 years now. We started the bar 10 years ago last November, so.
Did you move here just with the plan of opening a bar? Or?
I always wanted to move here. It's been a kind of a lifelong ambition since I was 4 or 5. The first time I went up the TV tower. So, but I finally made it happen 11 years ago. And since I couldn't find another job, I had to
open a bar.
I had to open a bar.
And you think, I mean, there isn't really many bars like this, I suppose, in Berlin. You think that's why you get, I mean, 'cause the crowd here is quite, there's musicians and artists and documentary makers, and I mean, it's a lot of interesting people that come here.
Yeah.
You think, I mean, why do you think they're attracted to you? Do you think it's because of that? Or?
I mean, I think that certainly plays a factor in it. I think a lot has to do with, you know, the people that make up the bar itself, the people that work behind the bar are really, really fantastic and interesting people. They're all kind of involved in their own creative projects. A lot of them are in their own bands, Sun and the Wolf, Cadaver, Annika, but aside from that, I think when we started, I mean, obviously we didn't start the bar thinking that, oh, we're going to be a destination for rock stars. I mean, I with very humble aspirations, and it was more or less to do a bar where we're going to present the kind of music that we want to listen to, and we're not going to change the DJ or the music format every night to kind of cater to whatever is popular or whatever. Yeah, we wanted to be just a little bit more consistent in our tastes, and since it's a small bar, we figured we had a good chance of getting away with it.
It worked out right.
Yeah, and I mean, I think for me, when I went to a bar, I wanted to hear things that were influenced by the Velvet Underground and the Stooges. A lot of punk. I mean, I grew up with punk and like 80s music and 90s indie, and so I was like, that's kind of what I want to hear when I go to a bar.
So you made the bar just for yourself, really, and luckily other people liked it.
I was like, you got to learn to love yourself first, and only then can you learn to.
And what came first? Was it the bar? I mean, or the label? Because you have a label too.
Yeah, it kind of morphed. I mean, that came much further down the road.
Is it because you saw so many like musicians about?
Well, we'd been doing the bar, like I said. We had there was never a master plan. It was actually the plan was to open a bar. I never really knew where it was gonna take us or myself. And it went, after the first 2 years, it kind of just took off. I mean, like you mentioned, a lot of bands started, especially particularly touring bands out of America, would come by here. I think that had a lot to do with the fact that it reminded them. It was probably a bar that was most like a bar in New York City, more like a bar in New York City than any other bar around at the time.
As a band too, like we do get this recommendation. Like the first time I came to Berlin, it was like, oh, you have to go to 8mm because it's like the guitar. I think
it's something that kind of slowly crept its way around into the band's vernacular. Because I know that we got that from a lot of people. Or like, whoa, TV on the radio shows up. We're like, whoa, what are you guys doing here? And they're like, oh yeah, no, friends of us told us we had to come here. I actually have. I mean, I don't really keep it up to date anymore, but I have, I think the Strokes, when they came to town once, they had like their set list, and on the back of it was like written directions to 8mm, because somebody had called somebody and said, hey, we just finished a show in Berlin and we were looking for a place to hang out. And so
that was here.
Yeah.
Is that why you started the label, or did you?
Well, so that kind of led to the popularity of the bar really exploding, and things were going really well, and I kind of felt, I mean, I wanted to do something to give back a little bit, or I mean, I also felt that there was something missing in terms of an original rock and roll scene in Berlin itself. And I mean, I wish we could do more shows here. It's very difficult because we're not really a venue. And it was kind of the label was born out of trying to give something back in any way that we could. And so we kind of decided, or I kind of decided to start supporting some other, some bands that would come through here that we found weren't able to get bigger label support.
Because it's quite a dancey kind of town, isn't it? But it's not really a rock town. It's more like
no. It's always been it's always it's always had that electro techno thing, and which is fine. But I felt like it was always kind of cutting short the talent that the city really has, because there are so many talented musicians here.
And you have a compilation now coming out because it's the 10th anniversary of 8mm.
That's right. Yeah.
Who's on that? Is it bands from the bar or?
They're all bands that are. It's a mix. I mean, on our label right now we have 2 active artists, which are the Blue Angel Lounge and Jack November, and so naturally they're included on the compilation. But it was also meant kind of as a representation of the environment of the bar itself and the people that make up the bar and hang out at the bar, and also
kind of what you play here as well and that kind of thing.
Exactly, and also just to hopefully give the outside world a little bit of a different perspective, to see that to show that Berlin is it's a great electronic and techno city, but we also
like a good rock.
We do have something going on here too. So
cool. Excellent. I don't know how to end interviews, but that sounds like a good ending to me, I think.
Yeah. All right. My pleasure.
10 more years.
Oh, let's see. We'll see if we both make it.
And then you told me not to ask you that. So now I'm going to ask you, why are you called the Snøffeltøffs?
There's no big story behind it. It's just we made it up while drinking somewhere.
Probably at 8mm bar. Just drinking.
Of course, we
drinking a lot of mampo, and drinking lots of mampo makes you come up with like very stupid band names.
Yeah. And does it mean anything? Is it a German word or anything?
No.
Yeah, it's just trying.
It's just nice noises.
We start to mock ourselves with like Snøffeltøffs things. After a while, when you sit together every day, there's nothing to talk about anymore.
So you just go Snøffeltøffs.
So we started about this. They started this really weird English and weird names, and then we came up. Yeah, let's try it as a band name, and we kept it.
Good.
How to make it as stupid as possible.
Snøffeltøffs is pretty stupid. Well done. You achieved. It's good, man.
Great job.
Another question you must get asked all the time is about how you play the bass guitar and the drums at the same time.
Well, it's not that much of a big story actually. You just jump the usual drum set, and the way you can play everything with drum pedals, and then you play the bass or the guitar or whatever you want.
You didn't have a drummer that you didn't like and sacked him or anything. It was like out of necessity.
We had the idea. I had the idea, but I had the idea to get another guy like playing drums.
But we didn't want to do that because I mean it's just fun. I like playing that way, and it's just fun.
Cool. Makes it more special because you have to think about sounds, so it's not the same the whole time.
Yeah.
So the whole rhythm thing.
It's just pictures actually. It's just.
I mean, did you learn them both together? I mean, which were you first, like a bass guitarist?
I was a guitar player first, actually. Then I started playing the bass, and I never really played like proper drums. Actually, that's the only drum set I've ever played.
That one.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, well done.
And in this way, yeah.
That's autodidactic. Yeah, and you live in Berlin now. Are you from Berlin? Or you're actually from Berlin?
Yeah.
Right.
Like real Berlin.
The same question yesterday. Like, are you really Berliners? Yes, we are.
You might be the only two people like no, actually. From
Berlin. Same with us actually.
That's good, man. And how long have you been going? How long have you been playing together?
And this band, this constellation, it's 9 months. Yeah.
Were you in bands together before? Or was this the first band together?
I've been in his bands a few times, but I had my own stuff too, and that's it.
So basically, we've been playing together for like 10 years now. We've known each other for like 10 years or 11 years now.
So you're very young, so since you're 8 or something.
No, we're not that. No, both in the early
since
20s,
we're 18, we know each other. No, we're really old and wise.
That's cool. And I mean, have you released anything yet? You've got one single out now?
No, the EP is coming out in April, and end of April, I think. Yeah, 26th. And then we also got this 8mm compilation. Yeah.
Do you find it hard being a guitar? I mean, because Berlin's quite dancey, really, isn't it? It's like a sort of techno town, or metal even. But there's not much sort of indie garage rock going on. Was there a secret scene I don't know about?
We're the only garage guys in Berlin, actually.
Yeah, the young garage kids. At the moment, yeah.
But the other garage bands are quite a bit older, aren't they?
Yeah. Most of the typical garage bands are way older. So
like in the 30s.
This new garage thing is not going on yet here, like bands from Germany or bands from Berlin.
Do you go out? I mean, is it going on outside of Germany? I mean, outside of Berlin in Germany. It's like a garage scene you're part of, like just you by yourselves. Other garage bands
there is a garage scene like in all of Europe and in Germany as well, but Berlin
not yet.
Not yet actually. I mean, there are some older mod guys, but most of them are in the like early 40s. And they like listening to old 60s soul and mod music
and
they
try to copy it. So
and they just try to copy
the same music on the records. So.
So you're at the forefront of the Berlin garage rock scene.
Yeah, maybe.
By being the only garage rock band.
We will find out. So,
I'll put it on your posters. Cool. Exes. Good luck with it and with the EP and stuff.
Yeah, thanks much.
Thanks. Cool. I've got any other boring questions I can ask you? Favorite color?
Album?
Working on an album?
Yeah, we're working on an album in the summer, end of June, with Christoph from Cadaver. He's recording us. Yeah, end of June.
In Berlin.
It's in Berlin.
Isn't everyone in Cadaver called Christoph?
Yeah, two guys are called Christoph. No, the drummer. Yeah, he has a really nice studio, and kind of looking forward to do it.
That's perfect, man.
The EP we made the EP like 6 weeks after we started this whole band, and we played every day. We rehearsed every day, and then we just recorded straight away. And now we have more time
to think about the songs and the stories.
Yeah, now it's going. I'm looking forward.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing it. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Right, man. Well, have a good show tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks, cool. See you soon, man.
Just gonna do basic interview. That's questions, answers, kind of a conversational format. Cool. Pretty easy. Let's see.
You can't warn me up to speak up or
Alright, cool.
Actually, I suppose the first. I suppose the first thing I should ask you is how long have you lived in Berlin, and how did you end up here?
I think I've lived here since 2008 or 2007 or 8. I was gonna move to Iceland, I think, but the economy got really bad really quick. So there's this thing that happens when you have money and all of your peers don't. With the situation that happened there, there were limits to how much funds people could transfer. And they were devaluing the money, so it becomes a real bummer.
Your only two choices were Iceland or Berlin. That was it.
Yeah.
That was it. Down the whole world. Okay, Iceland or Berlin. Come to Iceland. Now I'm going to do Berlin.
Well, I like Berlin. You know?
Yeah. I live it, so I like. So you heard you finish things more now, because you don't.
I actually finished last, but I'm really interested in the sheer joy of making music, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Like, I'm at a point where I just accomplish a few things here and there. Then there's no rush because I'm not trying to break myself.
You just kind of keep. You don't love making music, I suppose.
Yeah, I do. But then there's the whole Prince thing where people get so crazy. Tom York sort of slipped into that too. It's like putting out so much shit, right? It's like, what the fuck are you even thinking about? Big girls slipping into that. A couple of these guys are. It's just like,
yeah, lose their way a bit and just keep releasing.
Well, it's cool when you're a madman, and it's cool if you're like Bob Pollard, if you're Guided by Voices, if you're any one of these people that's what they're all about. And it's exciting, you know, when bands are coming out and they're firing songs at you, rapid fire. But it's such a gimmick, you know, like everybody else's thing.
You've always been pretty prolific.
Yeah.
So constantly releasing.
I still see. But now I'm more conscious, like, you know, I started doing some keyboard-based project, a side project here with just all kinds of people, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna start doing all these 12 inches, and then I was thinking, isn't that like such a white man's game, right? It's just like, who's buying this? Some rich fucking kids, right?
Yeah, so it's not. I
mean, who would you be buying like endless fucking 12 inches of everyone's idea that I make up? And so then I started to feel really guilty. I'm like one of the only dudes in the world that can do that. You know?
You're gonna start editing or just.
I don't know.
I mean, you put up for free.
The happy medium. I'm thinking that I want to do the 12-inch thing, but you know what? I might just make a new genre where it's like not quite an EP, but it's more than a single.
Yeah, so it's worth getting.
Because double vinyl, when I'm doing that 180 gram stuff, it's you know, that's 50 euros here. So 25 euros for like my singles. It's like, do you know what I mean? So I started to trip out.
I mean, you use like, I mean, a lot of music's still free, isn't it? You put things up. And as you finish recording them too on Twitter, I've seen.
Yeah. And I think that's real cool happy medium because I get to like that feedback, and I'm really interested in the way that people trade these compressed files, like peer-to-peer or something. So it's really cool to put on all your demos, and just if people steal them, it's just like, fuck you, man. Check out this fidelity, because I'm working at 24-bit, so they're just like, they're not gonna be able to touch it.
They're just stealing like that.
But the whole digital paradoxes, there's some interesting things that happen, you know. I mastered Take It From The Man, Satanic Fantasies. These records were mastered to cassette tapes because I would do these studio dumps of everything I was creating every day. And I would carry around this ghetto blaster in San Francisco from studio to like apartment. And then, you know, when I would get this whole collections rolling thing where the EQ is always the same on this crap little tape deck, so then I could like map out an album.
Like from the...
Because you know, like in the studio, like I was doing crazy shit like My Blue Valentine. People were fucking with me the whole time, you know, like, no, we're trying to make you like Nirvana, or what are you doing? Now you're playing acoustic guitar music, you're not, you know, it's just like some real confusing thing. But like sonically, it was so all over the place, you know, I had to learn some things. But anyway, so I mastered those CDs from cassette. I hated that.
Like recently you did that?
No, that was originally.
Okay. Yeah.
So everybody's into the CD sound. I'm like, no, your digital audio sucks. So watch this. I'll just make my records out of these cassette tapes, and then
I see.
So you're listening to this stuff, and one of them is like this crazy digital experience, and they're recording all 60s sound. The other one is like analog thing, and then they're both mixed to cassettes. And so you fast forward, like to when I moved to Europe, right? And since then, since 2007 or whatever, I pressed them all on vinyl, and now you can really hear this shit. No, but the source is
from digital that's mastered from cassette, but it's this whole new animal. It's been like remastered, like, so the vinyl actual sound is the best it's ever been.
Oh, that's excellent.
But it still came from a cassette. It's hilarious.
Building on one thing with technology. Yeah.
But it's so funny because it's like, you know, like a theme song for whatever. One of the tracks is a theme song for HBO TV show. So it's so hilarious to me that it's just like, this cassette that I carried around in my backpack with tobacco.
With the money, actually, from that HBO thing, you bought a studio here, didn't you? You bought a studio in Berlin, no?
Well, you know, I leased, but yeah, basically.
Yeah, that's cool. So, and you have your own label as well.
Yeah.
So you're pretty much unstoppable now. You can just do what you want.
The coolest thing about it is kind of like, you know, if you and I made up a project, right? And I can press up 1,000, 2,500 copies of the thing. I've got worldwide distribution. But here's the thing, is like, everything I've ever made has sold. So that puts me in the most unique position in the business,
you can
right?
sell things and now you own all as well.
There's nothing that has not sold, even scraps of paper.
So now you can make records, and now it's like a cottage industry though, so you can just do it all yourself.
Well, the weird thing is, you know, like Frank Black or anybody you want to talk about in the whole business, Elton John, you know, like if he has some deal, well, if he has some deal with, say, RCA and his records don't sell, then his deal's over until he gets a new deal, or whoever wants to press something up or invest in it. But because I own everything,
you can give yourself a deal and just keep going.
No, to break a concept, I can just let it float endlessly. See, in a normal company like Matador, they only have so much Matador care and Matador space and Matador like pull or something. You know what I mean? There's a limit. They have 90 releases or whatever. There's a limit to their space. If you go down to Babylon, you know, there's a little tiny record shop. It's like, but it's kind of cool to be able to float things artistically, endlessly, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely, man. You keep putting things out there.
Would make a hell of a difference in a person's life like Nick Drake, because imagine if he was on Harvest at that Pi at that time and they just said, it's nothing to us to have that in the shop for 20 years. And just sitting there, you know, until people catch on or something.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool, right?
Just float things around and people get them when they get them.
Yeah.
That's cool. And you have a song on the 8mm compilation that's coming out. I mean, how do you know 8mm?
Mutual friends, I think. You know, it's an Iceland connection. See, all my Icelander friends, they hooked up with Ollie. So then they're like, you have to meet.
Like from being in Berlin, that's how you met Ollie?
I met him via Iceland because at the time he was putting out like Singapore Sling, and he's still.
His label and stuff. Was that how you ended up here in Berlin? Was that because of Ollie?
So I met Ollie, and then when I talked to Ollie, I was leaving I was just joining my 40s, I guess. So I was like, Ollie, we should be roommates. We should just like gang up and do interesting stuff here. So.
Oh, that's how you ended up in Berlin.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Then we got a flat together.
So you are roommates?
No, not anymore. Because immediately I was like, I want to bring my wife over. She's really cool. You'll love her. I'm sure you'll love her. He's just like, wow, it's cool.
And what's the song you've got on the compilation? Do you know?
I can't remember. It might be called. It might be Revolution Number 0. I work on so much stuff though. Yeah.
Very busy.
Yeah. That's funny.
Was there anything else you want to talk about? Can you think of anything? Pretty extensive, yeah. Oh, your TV show? Did you Dead TV?
Yeah, I almost was gonna.
Is it just? I mean, it's on Twitter, isn't it? You put it up on. Is it just US something or other?
No, we do it all over. I've just been busy recording because I have to finish up like one of these EP things for Japan. We're playing just one show in Berlin and one show in Tokyo this year.
Okay.
So, but our Tokyo show is like us and My Bloody Valentine for 50,000 people.
Wow.
It's like
it's a dream, isn't it?
Pretty much, it's like all you want, right? Out of music.
Like a happy ending. Oh yeah, I'm doing this. It's amazing.
It's gonna be really cool the next day because you know, Primal Scream's going to be playing with Blur or something, but Bobby Gillespie's such a good performer. So just to like peek at him running back and forth going wacko.
It's like a dessert after your show. You get the play, then you get to watch Bobby Gillespie.
Well, plus Kevin will be there, so he plays guitar. You know, it'll just be like the lineup is out of control. So I can't think of it. It's amazing. Yeah.
Awesome, man. And when's your show in Berlin?
At Columbia Hall.
Is that soon or?
That's is it May 6th? I don't know, something like that.
Okay.
Coming up.
Cool, man. So, anything else? No.
What is this for?
It's for SNOWHITE TV, like a website. So that's good. But thanks, man.
Where does this SNOWHITE TV operate out of?
It's just on the internet. So I think out of Berlin. I think.
Cool.
It's a rival to your dead TV.
It doesn't have to be like that. There's plenty of room for content
it's massive,
creators.
isn't it? Yeah, so
well, we don't know because it could be all be interesting. It'd be interesting to like get some think tank to finance some kind of crazy Balkan media, some crazy shit, right? So you get the NSA power, like set up your own cell phone networks or something, and then just capture all the video and images in your war zone at once from every angle, like Minority Report, but only it's war.
That's the future.
But you could make it kind of interesting.
That's our plan. Link together the two TV shows.
But you could do this stuff though with a program quite easily. You could pull this like, you could hack into some Skype type, you know, like generic open source Mac talk thing, and just dial everybody in a cell phone prefix number in like Syria, a whole neighborhood,
and just play them
at once. Just hook up with all of them and just be like on their fucking smartphone, just with your own TV show, just dial in for dumb shits and fucking Damascus.
Should be the plan. That's what we should do. Cool.
Yeah.
Right, then. I think that is it. I think we're going to go and do that now on Skype.
I was hoping Ollie would let me play my disco music.
You want to do that?
Yeah, you wanted to play
Should I test it out?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see which one. Do you have a plug?
Yeah.
Not sure which track. Should I go to recently added? Because I think I just updated this. So technically this is going to work, Ollie?
Theoretically.
Okay.
crazy? It's like house music too much, you think? Come on, you remember your last E. Wow. Okay, I'm too deaf to contemplate this right now. I've been too many horns to like, way too deaf, you know? It's like so much like, do you know what I mean? Like, ugh.